the management plan was developed, I believe 3 years after I bought the land. I finally was learning enough in there that I should have a management plan, and it was developed by an industrial forester. Came in and did the cruise, and also set up all the stands in there with the recommendations on there. And this was done to develop the management plan for the land, which was also used to enter it into the MFL program. I had 8 harvests here, contract, and approximately took off 7,000 cords of pulpwood and about 50,000 board feet of saw logs on here. When I bought the land initially, the crews had indicated there was about 11,000 cords of wood on here and a little over 100,000 board feet of saw logs. I had the land recruised to update my volumes and species on here after about 15 years, so that would have been 2005 or 6. And the volumes that they came up with on the recruise were just a little bit less than the original volumes on here. So the trees are being harvested on a sustainable basis. One of the goals or objectives I have for the land is to manage for early successional forest, popple, for grouse and deer. There is about 55% of the cover on this land that is in aspen, and I will regenerate aspen in there basically for deer, woodcock, and grouse. That's one way to regenerate popple, is to clear cut it, because it sprouts from the root system in there, and your rotation on popple, depending upon how good the site is, could be anywhere from 40 to 60 years when you take another crop off of there. It responds very well on a site with a good site index.
Age diversity for young forest habitat is especially important for species like ruffed grouse. They have a small home range, so having those different age classes near each other is important for their nesting, brood rearing, and winter eating the buds on the trees. So aspen like this is going to be a good area for both woodcock and grouse to bring in their new hatchlings, to have the dense cover but enough space to move around. So a lot of landowners wonder about deer when it comes to young forest, and really they're natural food plots. So when the aspen comes up like this, it's now at the deer's level to munch on those leaves. The dense stem density creates enough of the food for them that they're not going to overbrowse like they might in a smaller plot in a mature forest. So kind of overwhelming them with food, and you're still getting that young forest habitat and all those other benefits while helping out deer.
Currently we're at a northern hardwood stand within Chuck's property. This is one of those areas that is more of a rarity across the property, so we want to maintain it and manage it differently and keep its integrity. But also it's a very fitting timber type for the soil conditions that are here. This stand was last harvested under selection harvest in 2007, and now it's come up for rescheduled harvest in 2020. So at this point, we're going to go in and reevaluate what's happened over all those years. Is it really ready for another harvest? Do we need to delay it and allow it to grow some more? If it is ready for a harvest, what are we going to do? Do we want to focus on getting more regeneration in some areas? Do we want to maintain and focus getting better quality stems and growth on the residual trees from the last harvest? And that's all dictated by what's out here at the time of this entry and making those decisions.
We're very close to the Silver Creek right here, and along this segment down here, there are a lot of large white pine in here. When they did the initial cruise in 1995, increment bores indicated the year of origin for the trees was 1904. So they're approximately, the larger ones, 115 years old right now. My management plan, when it was originally done by the forester, had them all removed just before the end of the 25-year period. White pine can grow to 200 to 300 years on a good site. And we're going to change the management plan down here for a number of reasons. I like them. They are nice looking aesthetically. They kind of remind me of what this country might have looked like when they cut the white pine off in the late 1800s. They were probably in here a little bit thicker than this, but I'm going to try to maintain most of the white pine on here. Some of them will take out that are stressed or injured. The last cruise on the land estimated I had about 500,000 board feet of white pine on here. Another reason for keeping them is for wildlife. The bears like them, and there's a whole slew of little birds and everything that use the super canopy trees, white pines.